Alright, y'all. We're back. So this one's going to be interesting. I am going to do a comparison of my Miken KP23, which you guys will have seen in the last video, and my Fireflex OG, again, which you'll have seen in my last video, and my first one. The reason I'm doing this comparison is Miken versus Easton endloaded, half-ounce end load comparison. Kind of, I don't know, just to see if there's a difference or what have you. The only major differences between the two bats, the Fireflex OG is 0.7 inches longer barrel. It's 12.75 inch long. 12.75 inch barrel versus the KP23's 12 inch barrel. So it's 0.75 longer, and it weighs a half ounce less. It's 25.5 ounces versus the KP26. Other than that, they're both the same length. They're 34 inches. Well, we'll see what happens here. I'm very intrigued by this idea, mostly because of, because of the two different bat manufacturers, but also just some things I've noticed while playing in my softball league, in the softball league I play in on Sunday mornings, well, Sundays. So we'll see what happens here. I've got, again, my normal dozen balls, my Super Gold dots, the 44 375s. Both these bats are USSSA stamped. I think they're both, yeah, UTRIP, ISA, NSA stamped. I'm going to start with the Fireflex OG. That'd be this one here. The FF OG. I'm going to start with this one. I did take some batting practice swings off camera, or before I started the video, I should say, with the KP23 just to kind of loosen up. So we'll see what happens. And I do have a different pair of batting gloves today. These are from Under Armour. Don't ask me which ones, but I know they're Under Armour, and I know they're comfortable. And if you guys remember the white pair of Spiders I had, I actually just sold those to one of my teammates. He needed a new pair. They didn't fit properly. I think I mentioned that in the previous video. So I gave them to him. Well, sold them to him. So this is the Fireflex OG. This bat's got probably 130 swings on it. I don't know, off the top of my head, rough guess. We'll see what happens here. You definitely tell the difference going from a 26 ounce bat in batting practice to a 25.5 ounce bat. While it's not a huge difference, this camera, well, it's not really the camera's fault. Nope. Oh, now you're looking at the sky for a second or two. Okay, so you kind of expect a difference for obvious reasons, but I think I mentioned this before last week's video. The KP feels lighter through the zone, And that's even compared to this, which is a ½ ounce lighter physically. So, we'll see. I can definitely tell the ball comes off the bat with this one a little differently. And I don't know if that's because of how broke in this is versus the KP. But I don't know. I mean, this is literally just, you know, this is almost an apples to apples comparison. The one thing I like about this bat, the actual one thing I love about this bat, I shouldn't say like, I should say love. This bat, for what it is, this thing's a rocket. The sweet spot on this thing is tremendous, which you kind of expect because it's it's a slightly longer barrel than the KP. And some others out there. But it's also got that ½ ounce end load in it, which I feel like helps really just throw the ball off the bat. This bat is actually really fantastic. Something you'll notice, I actually put a new bat taper on this. Actually, my buddy Gary did. Because I hate putting these things on, and I'm crap at putting them on. I like this one a little bit better. It goes more with the colors of the bat, in my opinion. But it also goes with the colors of the team a little bit better, so we'll see what happens. I do like this one a little nicer, though. It sits on the knob differently rather than the one I had on here previous. So, you know, 4 swings in, and it's kind of like, you could really tell the difference between a bat that has had some break-in work done versus something that's still fairly fresh out of the wrapper. I didn't really like that swing. I got under that. That probably would have been a fly ball out. This bat's definitely really nice. The one thing, I will say this, the one thing with this bat versus the KP is if you're going to get something like this bat's fantastic. I love this thing. The big thing though is this one's an exclusive. I don't know that Smash It Sports still has any of the other 500 that they had for these. Well, 499, because I know I bought this, and I don't know if they still have them on their site. Best guess, I'd say probably not. Or if they do, they probably have maybe 4 left. That's kind of the issue with swinging something that's exclusive, though. You know, is you can't sit there and tell somebody, hey, you got to go get one of these because it's exclusive. You know, it's. Well, in all likelihood, by the time you tell them to go get it, it's going to be gone. But been dealing with some bees flying around my feet. Getting on my dang nerves, I'll tell you that. And don't worry, I will say this. At some point in time, you will see BP on a field. I gotta get some people together and do that, and we'll go from there. Because a lot of what I want to do, I have a lot more video ideas. One actually including my old DeMarini Ultimate Weapon. So that'll be fun. Spoilers on that one. It's going to be an old versus new comparison. So alloy baseball bat with some abuse on it, or alloy softball bat. What am I saying? Baseball bat. I'm a fucking idiot. Alloy softball bat with some abuse on it versus a newer composite bat with a decent amount of abuse on it. We'll see what happens there. I'm very intrigued to see that, because that Ultimate Weapon I have is from 2008, if I looked it up correctly. I don't remember, I don't know which version of the Ultimate Weapon it actually is, because I bought it from a friend of mine. And, you know, he didn't tell me when he got it, so. Of course, I didn't ask either. Oh yeah. See, that felt good. That's one of those swings, and it's like, it may have looked like I was swinging hard, and I probably was. I probably overswung there. But that swing felt so good, and the drive off of it just felt ridiculous. But that leads back into what I mentioned before, is the reason I'm doing this comparison. With, I know, less than 100 swings on the KP, and well over 100 on this one, on the Fireflex OG. This one, to me, in the games that I've used it, just seems to have more pop. I don't know. I don't know if it's me, if I'm squaring the ball up better, or what. But this one, the KP, just seems to have more pop in game. This one, I don't know. When I hit it in game, it's like all I can do is roll over it or something. I don't know. More or less, it's kind of why I'm out here doing this. I probably should be doing this comparison on a field, but I might do that later. There may be a part 2 of this. Damn mosquito. I got bees, I got mosquitoes, like damn. I got all kind of insects to deal with. I got on top of that one. Did not get a hold of that one at all. That one I cut in half a little bit better. Oh boy. So, I think the biggest thing I look at with this comparison as it sits right now, you know, after just one rack of balls, I think the biggest thing I look at is I hit the KP in a session outside of camera, off camera, well before I even started this video, actually. Mostly because I had to get a friend of mine to stop texting me. Because I don't know why, but you know, videos and phones, you text somebody while they're making a video, and then it really does just mess with your video because it stops your video from recording. Found that out the hard way like a month ago, which really pissed me off because I was really in the mood to do a batting practice session video, and not just a comparison vid like we have here. I'm using this as BP and a comparison video, so we'll see what happens. So we're going to move into the KP after that first rack with the Fireflex OG. And as I said before, I feel like the Fireflex OG, if you could still get this, you know, go on Smash It Sports' website. Because it's an exclusive from them. So if they still have one of these things, get it. This thing is a monster. It is gas. You know, it is. I would probably venture to say that it is one of the hotter bats out there. And that, I realize that's a stretch because I haven't really hit much of anything else to compare it to. But of what I have hit and what I can compare it to, mostly things like some of my buddy Gary's bats and my other two bats, you know, the KP and the Fireflex 3, and as well as a couple bats from some of the guys I play ball with. It seems really like one of the hottest bats out there. It's pretty nasty. Oh, damn. Alright, well, we're back again. I cut myself off trying to put my phone back in the place where I had it before. I think I cut myself off talking about the OG versus the KP, and you know why I think this bat is actually really probably one of the hotter bats out there. And again, it's hard to compare that for me because it's not like bowling for me where I've thrown a whole mess load of things that are on the market or were on the market, not anymore. I haven't thrown much that's on the market now, but you know, what can you do? But I feel like the Fireflex OG is definitely, if you can get one of these, or you can get something similar, I would. It's gas. It is one of the absolute hottest bats I've ever hit with. And I think, you know, I mentioned this in the first video, and I think I said it in the second one. I hit a ball with this about 280 on like the third or fourth swing, basically fresh out of the wrapper. This thing's gas. Don't sleep on this bat. I mean, if you could still get it through Smash It, do not sleep on this. But we're on to the Miken. This is again Freak KP23 Kyle Pearson Signature Series. 12-inch barrel, 26 ounces, so it's a half ounce heavier with a 0.75-inch shorter barrel. I actually do have my bat tapper for this now, or taper. Tapper? I don't know. I think it's taper, but whatever. I'm not here to argue with it. I just go along with it. And I completely went off the idea of matching the colors to the bat. Yeah, I know it's not green, it's highlighter yellow, but they didn't have highlighter yellow, which sucks. Otherwise, I'd have one. But what can you do? So this is the Freak KP23 Kyle Pearson Signature Series from Miken. Again, NSA, ISA, U-Trip. This thing's gas. Like I said, you know, when you compare these two apples to apples on the field, you know, my Fireflex OG and the Freak KP, on the field, this has performed better for me in games. Or at least, yeah, well, I've gotten better contact, and the ball is just traveling better. First game I took this to, in game 2 of that day, I hit one about 240, 250. I made the left center fielder work for it. But, I mean, he caught it, but I made him work for it. And that was like, you know, that was after, I guess I broke it in. I guess I'd put probably 60... This was probably up to about 65 swings at that point. Rough guess. Actually, I don't even know it was that high. But yeah, rough guess, it was about right around 50, 60 swings at that point. And I nailed that ball. You know, granted, it wasn't this where I absolutely launched one 4th swing in, but I don't know. But that day, the day I'd hit this one the way I did, it was freezing freaking cold. The last couple times I've hit with this, it's been really hot, really humid, not that dissimilar to the way it is today. I mean, the last time I looked at the freaking radar, it was like 92, or not radar, yeah, radar. Weather, we'll put it that way. It was like 92, feeling like 101. Like, no thanks. It's too damn hot for this shit, but I'm doing it anyway, because I'm nuts. It's cooled off a little bit since the sun's going down and whatnot, but let's get into the KP23. Again, this bat, I don't know. For me, like, just from what I've seen on the field with it, this to me seems hotter than this in game. I don't know. I could be blowing smoke up my own rear end. Hell, I could be blowing smoke up your guys' rear end for all I know on that one. But this bat does not feel nearly as hot when I hit it during games. We'll see. There's always next Sunday. Or this coming Sunday, however you want to look at that. So we got another 12 with the KP. My first 12 with this bat, honestly, off-camera, the off-camera 12, felt really good. I felt like I was squaring the ball up pretty well and, you know, getting some good drive behind it, so we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, that right there is the difference. All right. That, I don't know what the heck that difference is, or why that difference is. Actually, that bat's back. You know what? Bring that back here. I don't know why that difference is there. I don't. Like, that was first swing, and I'm already loosened up, so you think I still would have hit that the same way. You know, hit the Fireflex OG the same way. The KP for me, I don't know. Like, that swing right there is exactly what I was talking about. I had a shot that I hit this past Sunday. First at bat with the KP23. I mean, which I used the KP23 the whole night, or the whole afternoon, I should say, for the 2 games that I played Sunday. And basically, just about everything I hit was just crushed. I mean, the first at bat was an absolute rocket over the third baseman's head. I mean, granted, it didn't go high and it didn't really go far, but it was hot, it was humid. If I'd have got it any higher than I did, it would have stayed up in the air too long and it would have been caught like that one was last week. So, or not last week, 2 weeks ago. So, I don't know. We'll see. But it's just something I've noticed. I don't know if I'm right. I don't know if I'm wrong. Like I said, I could just be talking out of my rear. Got under that one. Definitely got under that one. That was not a good swing at all. that's 3 swings in already, and you know, 2 out of those 3 were pretty solidly struck. So this is, you know, this would be swing number 5. You know, and it's kind of like, again, you know, 3 out of 4 felt pretty solid. I mean, especially that first one. That first one was absolutely nailed. The bad part is, my arm is sore as shit from Sunday. And I can feel it. So that's a bit of an issue. But we'll grin and bear it, and we'll stuck it out for this comparison here. That was absolutely flush. I don't know what it is. Unless it's in my head, which I do let a lot of things get in my head, but for me, this thing's a monster. You know, the Fireflex OG is an absolute beast. It truly is. If you can still get a Fireflex OG, do it. If you can't, and you like Miken, the KP23 is not a bad option. You know, and again, it's humid out here. It's hot, which I think is causing my drive to be, the drive on the ball to change a little, because it does mess with the ball. You know, heat does mess with the ball. It does mess with your bat, and it does mess with you. If any of y'all be playing this weekend, or today, tomorrow, whatever, stay hydrated, y'all. Nobody be DFAing on the. Or DFO. Done falling out. I don't need nobody passing out on my, you know, don't hurt yourselves, guys. Don't kill yourselves. It's a game. It ain't worth killing yourself over. You know, if you go to your game on, say, Friday, and you play the game, and you play, you know, a couple innings, you don't feel good, stop. You know, I'm no expert, but I know a fair bit about dehydration and what it feels like to deal with that shit. This bat is just hot. And again, like, you know, it could just be me. You know, I feel like it could just be me. You know, what I'm doing, my swing. You know, it could be me just seeing something mentally. I don't know. I really wish I had an answer for this. Damn, I rolled over that one. Dropped my hands, rolled over it. Duh. Hit it like you know what you're doing, genius. What was I just talking about? Flush. Absolutely flush. When I pay attention, absolutely flush. Dead central. I mean, that would have been a bullet right back up the box. You know, and provided it doesn't hit the pitcher, that's base hit. So I got 2 balls left. I have this one on the tee and I have one left in the bucket. So you're talking better than a dozen swings on both bats. And realistically, I don't know. The KP just feels hotter. And again, that could very easily be just something in my mind telling me it's hotter, not... There's a damn mosquito flying around my phone. It's actually kind of annoying me. It could be something in my mind. I could be overthinking that. But to me, it just feels hotter. And what I might do... Yeah, I know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to tell y'all, but you'll see it. I have no clue where I left off. It's fucking spinning the bat, bro. Okay, so I put 4 balls back in the bucket. This is going to be kind of stupid, but it has a purpose. I'm going to alternate bats. Very stupid, but it has purpose. That one was definitely different. All right, so that's the end of this, mostly because I gotta let my dog back in the house before she freaks out. I don't know. Y'all make the judge. Y'all be the judge at the end of that. I mean, I hit 4 alternated bats, 4 swings. You tell me, am I losing my mind, or is one actually hotter than the other? You know, as far as I'm concerned, I feel like the KP's hotter, albeit there's when you compare apples to apples in those last 4 swings, the Fireflex I've made better contact with. So why the hell? My hair's driving me nuts. Okay, it seemed like I made better contact with the Fireflex. Doesn't necessarily mean I drove the ball better, but I don't know. Y'all tell me. If you see something, tell me. Thanks for coming out. Hope y'all enjoy the content. Catch y'all later.